Hey everybody, Monkey King here, and today we're going to be looking at the SH Figuarts Kamen Rider Fourze, or Fourze, you know, potato potato, whichever way you want to say it. But that's not all we're going to be looking at today. You see, I was very lucky to get not only the SH Figuarts of Kamen Rider Fourze, but I was also able to get two other special items. And one of the first items is the Module Set 1. This includes radar, launcher, magic hand, and camera, and I was also able to get the Kamen Rider Fourze or Fourze stand-in effects set. You could probably guess that I'm a very happy monkey. So, yeah, we've got a lot to review, so let's go ahead and get these open and start. And here we have Kamen Rider Fourze out of his packaging. What more can I say? I mean, it's an SH Figuarts, so I can't really say that I have a problem with it. I love a lot of things about it. At first, I admit, with Fourze, this TV show, I was a little bit hesitant on it, because, well, I do love those compound eyes, though, and that's one thing he keeps of the Kamen Rider kind of style, is the compound eyes and the little bit of antenna. But at first, I wasn't really that big of a fan of Kamen Rider Fourze, but it started to grow on me after a while. If you can see the belt, one of my favorite features is the handle actually does move. So this means you can have him in his henshin pose, or maybe he's going to do the limit break. Now, as far as articulation goes, it's pretty much like a standard SH Figuarts. The head has full rotation, you know, full head bob in action. Arms can go all the way around. Double jointed elbows. Full waist or bicep joint? Yeah, bicep joint. Knees can go all the way back. And I don't really know if, well, feet can go forward and back, and he's got the little toe thing, but I don't know if any other SH Figuart has these, but he has ankle joints and like pivot back and forth, and I think that's really neat. As far as accessories go for Fourze, without the effects or module, he comes with two pointing hands, two fist hands, of course, as you can see already on him. And he also comes with two splayed open hands. However, that's not all he comes with. He also comes with two of his switches. He comes with Rocket. And I have to admit, that's pretty nice, the little details on the inside. That's pretty impressive. I never would have really paid that much attention to it in the show, but hey, again, you give them props when they deserve it. And we have Drill, and as you can see, it's pretty well detailed. It continues the whole pattern all the way through, which is very neat. And it even has the little triangle to let you know, hey, the drill goes here. And this one has the circle to let you know, hey, it goes there. And they even color coordinate it, because somebody out there is not going to know what to do. Now, there is one thing about Fourze that is a little bit scary, and it's this. You basically rip him apart. So, if you hate Fourze, here's another reason to get the SH Figuarts. You can rip him apart. But here he is with the rocket, and it does not hinder the articulation at all. And I think that's quite impressive. You know, you can pose him epically with the rocket and whatnot. For the legs, it's the same thing. Well, hold on, I'm going to give him a kind of an epic pose so we can admire him a little bit, you know. I mean, he's the newest Kamen Rider, so we gotta at least, even if you don't like him, you have to admire him. And if you don't like him, then hey, you can at least like Meteor, because you gotta admit, Meteor is pretty cool. But we're not here for Meteor. We're here for Fourze. So, let's move on to the next little thing. So, what you want to do next is you just want to rip his leg off. Again, it's a little bit scary just because of the joints, and you have to be careful with them. But again, think about it. If you don't like Fourze, here's a reason to buy it. You can basically rip them apart. And I know I've said that, but hey, I think that should be a selling point. I don't know why, but I think this might just be mine, is his thigh joints are a little tight. And yes, it still has that double thigh joint that most SH Figuarts have, and hey, I really do admire that. But mine's a little tight for some reason, and it takes a lot of work just to get it a little loose. And we'll get the drill ready because he can't really stand with the drill because it's a little bit taller. Makes him a taller. See? Can't stand with it. So we're going to try and at least pose him in a little bit of a different way. This is... Oh, there we go. Yay! We did it. Kind of reminds me of like the Captain Morgan pose almost. What was the catchphrase for Captain Morgan? Now that I think about it, like I know. Well, what beer commercial or alcohol commercial didn't at least have please drink responsibly? But I can't remember what the Captain Morgan catchphrase or whatever it was. You know, what they said at their commercials. That's gonna bug me for the rest of this review. Anyway. So that's pretty much all that Fourze can do at the moment. Mostly because that's all he really comes packaged with. But thanks to the stand and effects set, we finally get a stand. So as you can see, the platform of the stand is modeled after the chest of Fourze. And it has these little clamps that go onto his waist to, well, help you pose him. So, you know, you can have him doing his rocket drill limit break. And to see what the clamp actually looks like, this is it. And now that we got him in an epic pose, what can I really say about this is, well, that's not all. Because he also comes with this, the rocket effect, which is probably the biggest hunk of plastic. And here he is, whoa. And here he is with the rocket. And I'm going to go ahead and say that, there was one thing that I missed in this review, which was the other little clamp that it comes with is used to hold the rocket flare. So, just going to go ahead and point that out. My bad. Now, as far as accessories for the drill, it comes with a little stand or a little hole for Fourze to put the drill in, which isn't really that impressive to me, only because, well, look at this thing, it's tiny, and You know, this seems a little bit more, well, intimidating. To see, you know, the drill causing that much damage, yeah, that's pretty intimidating. Now, let's see if we can at least get him in a... Oh, there we go, first time, and look at him. He's just thinking, how am I gonna destroy these Zodiarts? I don't know. Perhaps I should drill them in the face. And then punch them repeatedly. So, this is pretty much all you get in the stand-in effects set. I don't know why I'm showing off the foot, just for the fun of it. You know, thought you might get a kick out of it. Ha ha! So, now that we've tackled 2 boxes, we got 1 more left. Yes, I'm not giving you a thumbs up, that's 1. See? 1. Thumbs up, 1. 1 thumbs up. So let's move on to the next box. There's one thing I forgot to mention before, but... Alright, you see his belt, and yes, I like to play with the little arm, but for the record, these things can come out. And while that is very impressive, it is also a little scary, because these can get easily lost. I mean, yes, I do appreciate that they took the time and effort into making that, but it is a little scary, and in the SH Figuarts Fourze box, I forgot to show, he had one more accessory, which was the on drill switch. Because on his belt, he has the off drill switch, and they're very easy to, you know, change. He didn't come with a on rocket switch, because look, no, he didn't come with an off rocket switch, my bad. Because, well, think of something that thin and that tiny breaking. That would, me personally, that would bug the crap out of me. But we're moving on to the box. The module set 1, which includes magic hand, launcher, radar, and camera. Let's start with the magic hand, and of course I wouldn't expect anything less of an SH Figuarts, and it is very impressive in not, well, there isn't really that much detail in it, but just overall functionality. So you just want to rip off his arm, as always, and I'm trying to get him to stand real quick. I'm going to, instead of just popping off the wrist from his arm, I'm just going to get another one. And to be honest, I think this one, I don't know why, but this switch in particular is very memorable for me because, well, this is when I actually started to like Fourze. This was in episode 5, I believe, where he saves Mew, and just the way that she says oops and he says it back to her, I don't know, it was cute and I liked it. And that's what won it Fourze over for me. I'm also going to go ahead and say I'm not going to change out the switches because, as I said before, I don't want to lose these. So right now he's got Rocket, but he has Magic Hand. And it can pretty much go anywhere it needs to. It's a Magic Hand. Like, you know, it can, hey, you can even do a Magic Hand limit break. That'd actually be really neat. I want to see that. You know, it can hold it too. Well, that's kind of the whole point of it doing the limit break then, isn't it? Rather irrelevant. But yeah, the just posability for the hand alone is very fun. You know, he can grab his own head. I just hope he doesn't squeeze too hard because then he'd probably crack his own skull. But it's alright. Him and the Magic Hand are about to make up. You know, alright, you two shake hands and be buddies. Yeah. Now let's move on to Launcher. With Launcher, you want to pop his foot out, which takes a little bit getting, you know, work, but then you just pop off his little leg joint. Pop it off. And here is Launcher, which has a little bit more detail along the lines of drill. And it even has a little leg in the back. which, hey, is a pretty neat feature. Well, is a really neat sculpt if you think about it, because that's just one of the things I like about SH Figuarts. They take time in the little details like that and just roll with it. Let's see if we can get him in a epic pose. Now I know there is a cheaper Fourze, a gimmick Fourze. I said a cool pose, not this. This just looks dorky. I know there's a cheaper Fourze, a gimmick Fourze, where with the rocket leg, he comes with, you know, rocket leg that actually shoots rockets. This one does not, but hey, you can pretend he does, shooting Zodiarts down. I've decided that I'm going to keep the launcher on just because I kind of like it and it makes him look really cool. So we're going to move on to another switch. We're going to move on to the square switch, or the, well, radar. Radar, its functionality is pretty much this. It also is it's basically like kind of like a cell phone. Because that's the only time I've ever actually seen him use it, is as a cell phone and nothing more. So we're just going to get another wrist. The correct wrist. I picked the wrong wrist out. Our hand. Pop it on. And then, while he's shooting down some Zodiarts with his rocket launcher foot, or rocket launcher leg, or rocket launcher toes, he can be sitting there going, hey, can somebody get me a pizza? I'm a little hungry up in here. I don't know why Fourze would sound like that, but that's how I imagine Fourze to sound like. So, here he is, making the pizza call. Now it's camera time. And yes, you can see it looks like a little bit of plastic, but it's very clear, so it kind of gives that camera effect. And a little details along, you know, the viewfinder can rotate. Not a whole lot of, like, details. Well, there is a lot of details, but they're more sculpted in rather than, well, different tones and colors. So we're just going to pop in another wrist. Put this on him. Well, he's still got the rocket on, mind you, so he's still gunning Zodiarts down. Wow. And now he's going to be filming the whole thing. That's kind of I don't know, is that messed up, or is that just funny? Well, I guess if the Power Rangers videotaped them beating up putties, it'd be okay. So now now it's almost like he's filming us. Is that YouTubeception or cameraception? Or videoception? But, that's gonna bug me from now on. I have to give him a 4 out of 5. But the whole reason he gets a 4 out of 5 is because of the module set and the stand and effects set. By himself, he's still a pretty decent figure art. Great articulation, posability, details are very nice, but probably without it, I'd have to give him a 3. But because of the module set and the stand and effects set, he gets one more point, bumping him up to that coolness level. Well, this is the Monkey King saying, review on, guys.